What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. All right, we're just gonna talk. I just want to talk about these few things. Like, I don't ever really, have good moments to be able to just insert these into a random, video. So, I figured just a couple of things I want to talk about. I'll just compile them in one video. First, I already talked about this one on the gaming channel description down below. Basically talking about the whole. Well, it's two things. Let's talk about the whole Lily Gao, Ada Wong controversy when it came to the Resident Evil 4 remake. So we got this me talking about it. This me saying I think the voice actor for Wesker was worse than Ada, but I guess that's tough. No, none never gonna compare to the older ones, especially DC Douglas. And then I talked about the actual problems, the good things and the bad things. I gave little, examples from the stream that I was just doing. But yeah, so if you want to, see more about that, gaming channel description down below. Now this one. Now, I had, I didn't really expect much. That's why I didn't even react to it on the channel. But I didn't expect much from this. So I watched the trailer, and then besides maybe at the end a little bit, I was like, okay, this seemed kind of cool. Nothing too crazy. Not I'm about to go in there. Oh, Marvel's back. But it's just like, okay, it seems like it'd be an enjoyable movie. So then, the first reactions that I seen, were positive. Then I hear people talking crazy. Like, y'all are just tripping, bro. Y'all are just tripping. Listen, when I went into the first Captain Marvel, I was hearing from one side that like, you see, like, people, obviously, okay, you're trolling, blah blah blah, but come on, bruh, y'all are really tripping with it. Now, I seen one side when it came to the first Captain Marvel movie. Oh, it's pushing all these agendas, da 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 da. And then the other side, oh, you just don't like it because it's woman led and this, that, and the third. And then I watched it and I was like, besides maybe two parts, the smile part with the biker, and then at the end when they're like, oh, they have the great whatever the Ronan said when it came to Carol being the defender of Earth, even though where have you been these past couple decades in the MCU, who knows. Besides those, like, I never really saw like oh, hey, this is us forcing this feminist agenda down your throat. I just thought the movie was kind of mid. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of dry. I didn't really go into it being like, yeah, this is cool. And then with Miss Marvel, it was all right, but it was a little more enjoyable. Like, I had a few moments where, oh, there's a little chuckle here and there, and like, oh, okay. I wish y'all didn't really change the powers, but I guess we'll just let it slide. You just change everyone's powers and backstory. Like, if we're talking about anyone, Taskmaster, that one pissed me off. But then I see this trailer, I'm like, okay, I could see some little, this is the first time when I seen Captain Marvel, besides maybe the entrance somewhat in a Endgame, this is the first moment where I'm like, okay, this seems like it could be, entertaining. But y'all just tripping with that one. I don't know if y'all are just trolling. There's no way you get half the people to more than half the troll with the dislikes. All right, so now we got this one. We gonna be brief on this one. We gonna be brief on this one. And it's gonna be fitting because we got a prequel. Oh, also side note, I finally started, getting into the books. I don't really have time to read, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just bite the bullet and get Audible and then have it playing while I edit videos. So if you watch Game of Thrones, I'm currently at the part where Lady met her demise. So about like 10 chapters in type shit. But of anything, or if anything, you could have just did a show about the dynasty of the Targaryens and then had it lead to Robert's rebellion. But no, we have a show about Aegon's conquest. Now that would be cool to see in like like you can't. I don't. That would be cool to see it maybe in a movie, but you can't. What can you really do with that? It's not. It's not like he really faced. See, that's kind of like that's going back to like the Captain Marvel thing. It's not really like she faced a challenge. Oh, the only challenge was herself. So what are you gonna really get into on this one? All right, now we got this. This is what made me make this video, bruh. Okay, we got a Harry Potter series. Now listen, I just talked about Game of Thrones. I just talked about Marvel, and we'll get to how we're gonna relate that in a second. They could make this series, it could be the worst thing ever. It doesn't matter, bro. It does not matter. You know why? You can always go back and read the books. You can choose not to watch it. You can always go back and watch the movies. It is what it is. Just because they make something, just because they remake something does not take away from the original. This is not a Star Wars situation where you just have to kind of say, oh, whatever choice you make, oh, it ends after Return of the Jedi, or okay, I gotta accept that the sequels are canon, where they're completing a story, or quote unquote completing a story. This is not a Game of Thrones situation where you're adapting a book series that's not complete, so the only ending that you have is the show's ending, and so you're kind of like either just trying to make up the story from what you got from the show, and foreshadowing from the books, or you just gotta accept that the show ending, whether you liked it or not, is the ending that we're probably only ending we're gonna get. Because even in that situation, like I heard there's other series that the author passed away before finishing, and someone else finished it, and then it was like, oh, look at those series, how they worked out. But the difference is George R.R. Martin, he gave them bits and pieces. I mean, they tried to run away and do Star Wars, so I guess because they rushed it, that's why why everything got messed up. But still, he kind of gave them, okay, this is how I'm thinking it's gonna end, and I'm thinking this storyline's gonna go there, and then that's how they would have done it. So we don't know, if someone who picks up the reins after George R.R. Martin will be able to complete it like he could. But in this situation, and then going back to Marvel, it's not a Spider-Man situation where you got your Tobey Maguire films. I guess the only one you can kind of really be like, all right, this some BS, is Andrew Garfield, because he didn't really get the start a story. But everyone had their trilogy, besides Andrew Garfield. I guess you can kind of say, oh, he came back in No Way Home. But if those reboots never happened, there will be no Way Home. After Endgame, No Way Home was like the only movie that from the MCU that you could put up there par with the other films. Like, you can say, oh, I like Shang-Chi, but you don't like it as much as like Civil War or the first Black Panther or Infinity War. No Way Home's the only one that got up to that level. But with this, yes, I want a series. If it's bad, then I can just rewatch the movies and read the books. And if it's good, then now I can have another, you know, updated series to enjoy. Oh, no one can replace, you know, the other actors. Okay. That's like saying no one should make short fan films because like if this including characters. No, they like the material, so they're gonna expand on it. Just how, you know, we had a lot that was left out of the books from the movies that we can expand on. We can actually get into, you know, Tom Riddle's backstory. We can get into the Marauders backstory. When I saw the movie, I'm like, so we're just cool with Sirius Black now? Like, I didn't understand what was going on as a kid, and it wasn't until like the knowledge that I had going into like rewatching the films and rereading the books to be like, oh, okay. But if you're just a kid watching that, I mean, unless you really are kind of like on every single sentence, you're not knowing what's going on. And also, I just wanted to say this. No matter what your views on J.K. Rowling, first and foremost, y'all saw how Hogwarts Legacy is. You can try to boycott it all you want. I'm gonna be day one. Well, depending on this next topic we're about to get into, but I'm gonna be there day one watching every single episode. It is what it is. Now, hopefully, you don't pull no BS. Like when people first announced it, it was like, great. Now they're gonna make, you know, Hermione black, and that's gonna be some BS. Listen, I'm those type of people. This is how I view, you know, adaptations. Make it exactly the same. It is what it is. Like the main character in a series that I'm going to be writing down a pipeline, it started as a movie, so anyone could have played it. But the only features that I'm describing for the main protagonist is black hair and brown eyes. The main quote unquote antagonists, they're gonna be blonde haired, blue eyes, like white skin, and that's gonna be, you know, for a particular reason. Or a side character, they're gonna be I think it was Cuban. Like it's not gonna be a thing where it's changed because, oh well, you got it better. No, I want the character to look exactly how it was described in the source material. I don't. There's like other people's like, oh, they're gonna make Harry gay, bro. Now when I see those details coming out, the series is not gonna get watched. But if I see it's, you know, true to the source material, then I'm gonna be there day one. You saw Hogwarts Legacy, you tried to boycott it, is what it is. But what had me on some BS? What had me like heated besides the people saying like, oh, they shouldn't make it, it's not gonna ruin it, bro. You can always go back and watch the movies. It could be the worst thing ever. It could be Street Fighter, the first Super Mario Brothers movie, bad. It could be Mortal Kombat Annihilation, bad. You still have the Mortal Kombat games, you still have the Super Mario games to go to. Now, in those situations, you didn't really have an adaptation to turn to. But with this one, you have a source material and a decently faithful adaptation to rely on. But the other thing that had me heated, well, not really heated, but just kind of like, bro, what the fuck, is I don't recall what it was in response to. But I just wanted to throw this in this category. I think we're just floating around the idea of like the main cast coming back in some capacity. Shout out Tom Felton, shout out Ray Fiennes. You know, last I heard, they was like, yeah, that's what's up. But Emma Watson, bruh. In the past, it's been stated that you've been close to J.K. Rowling. This is not a Alan Rickman, rest in peace. This is not an Alan Rickman where you had a solidified, like, good career prior to Harry Potter. Now, who knows? You could have been a good star without it. Who knows? We do not know. But you are the star that you are now because of that role, and it is what it is. But for you to, like, shun her like that, and I listen, to this day, like, before I kind of just ignore it, like, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, if it's brought up, then I guess I'll, at that moment, like, if someone talks to me about it, at that moment, I do my research and see what's going on. Like, I had seen someone, like, beat on someone. I was like, yeah, that's bad. I'm like, well, okay, did she, like, curse someone out? Was she using slurs? What was going on? Listen, to this day, I have not seen the biggest deal. Like, I haven't seen anything that's worth this mass hate. To this day, I have not seen it. Now, you could show me and I could be like, oh yeah, that's kind of crazy. Or you could show me and I'd be like, yeah, that's what I saw. That I don't know what the fuss is about. But even if, okay, nah, I can't say if, like, super crazy things, but, like, let's just say I was some, let's say instead of a golden trio, there's 4 characters. One of them was a black male, and then I was in there, and then J.K. Rowling said she hates black people or something. And, like, I had the same type of relationship that Emma Watson did. Now, I kind of, be like, yeah, that's kind of messed up. Like, we've been cool all this time. But I'm not going, oh, I'm not associated with her. You're only able to not associate with her because of her. You can't do, there's no, listen, there's no Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, there's no Rupert Grint without J.K. Rowling. Now, could they have become someone without her? Possibly. But we will never know. But the fact that you just, like, went after her like that shit's wild to me. And like, with Daniel Radcliffe, with his stance, I don't really have a problem with his stance specifically because he kind of just voiced his opinion on there. Okay, you could voice your opinion, whoever. Rupert Grint, like, no one ever talks about Rupert Grint in this situation because, he said what was real. If they come back, I'll come back. Okay, all right, I respect that. Daniel Radcliffe, I understand you want to associate yourself with that. Like, I had a friend who kind of resembled Daniel Radcliffe, and people always making fun of him, calling him Harry Potter. Now just imagine the actual actor. You trying to, like, even when he does all these darker roles, people be like, dang, Harry's going crazy. Like, everyone is like, people probably call him Harry Potter more than his actual name. So I get the, this is so, distancing himself from Harry Potter. He wants to have a fruitful career without, without just being, oh, that was the guy who played Harry Potter. So his stance, okay, I get that. Now, this is why I said we'll see when it comes to I'll be there day one. Now, I just talked about, like, what I'm writing, blah blah blah. And the only reason I'm making it novels first is because I'm kind of on the, before I knew George R.R. Martin, I'm kind of on that wave, and I'm kind of on the George Lucas wave, where, like, when I write my story, I don't want people all in my, business being like, oh, no, you should, oh, nah, we come on, make the main character black. I mean, if they're black, they're gonna be black. That's the only character where it doesn't really matter what race they are, you know, as long as they're the same race as the parents, obviously, and stuff like that. I don't want to write in a line like, oh, you're adopted. No, none of that. But every other character, for the most part, I think what I'm thinking, there could be one that I'm not thinking about, but every character is a specific race, look, stature, something. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll make it novels first, and if it's successful, then I'll be like, I can be able to have some footing instead of being like, oh, I'm just this guy who has this story, and they're like, we don't fucking care, like, we're gonna do this our way or you're not gonna have it made at all. So and I was really fighting on making it a novel, because novels is not really like my specialty. I've always wrote scripts before instead. But the reason I bring this up is because from what I've seen, HBO Max kind of been the only, or HBO in general, kind of been the only one where I'm like, if anyone was to come to me, like if I wasn't able to produce it myself, if anyone was able to come to me, it'd be between Netflix and HBO Max. And the only reason I'm going with HBO first, because listen, Netflix, you don't have a good track record with keeping series, bruh. There'd be a fire series and it's canceled within 1 or 2 seasons. HBO they at least let you get 2 or 3 or something like that. They might be the occasion where there's something that has 1 season, but Netflix is notorious for only having 1 or 2 seasons on a lot of banger series. So we get this, and I'm just like, I get this in conjunction with the Harry Potter news. So I'm like, Max, what are they talking about? HBO Max just sounds better, but Max, what? Like, and when y'all change the name permanently, it better be a situation where I type in HBO Max and it redirects to Max, because I'm not by the, like, my mind is already used to pressing H and instantly pressing enter into my keyboard when I'm like reacting to something. So I'm like, maybe they're just changing the name. Okay, why would they change the name? HBO Max just sounds better. I never heard about this Discovery Plus like merger thing, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Not only that, HBO Max didn't buy them. They bought HBO Max. So now I'm gonna have to scan the environment, make sure how the environment is like proceeding onward. But that's tough. The reason I was looking at HBO is because, like, I saw how they were when it came to the last season of Game of Thrones, even though the writers were on some BS. I see how they work in conjunction with whenever they do adaptations with the creator, whether it's George R.R. Martin with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and other spinoff series that they got going down the pipeline, or in conjunction with Neil Druckmann with The Last of Us. I think they did some other adaptations that I can't think of right now, but those are the two biggest ones. And like they even shows where it hasn't been the same since, like, people have been saying Westworld reactions on the channel, but what I've been hearing is it hasn't been the same since season 1. And they said, oh, maybe, it's a little better in season 4. This is what I'm hearing. They said either season 3 or season 4, it got a little bit better, but they at least gave y'all those 4 seasons. So I'm like, oh, damn. I'm just thinking this is a management thing. So then I just click on this so you have something to see, because I didn't feel like pulling out the green screen for this video. I wanted to have some natural light, so that natural light's gonna, mess up the green screen and shit like that. So I was like, all right, let me open up something so y'all can look at. And then I'm like, let me scroll down for a little bit. Y'all gonna have different. How much is? I don't even know how much my HBO Max is. It's either $10 or $15. Like, bro, I'm not doing ads. You gonna have to catch me. Hold on, I got all my stuff written down. All right, so if y'all start me up, what I got basically. So I have this one. But then I'm like, okay, well, I just won't get this one. Like, four streams. Like, listen, it's gonna be 2 max. And the only reason it's 2 max is because, like, before it would just be 1, but you know, I was rewatching Game of Thrones with my mom, and so I just made her an account. So that's the only reason it'll be 2. So I'm like, I don't really need this ultra resolution. Like, my TV doesn't even play that anyway. 100 offline downloads. My phone doesn't even have that storage. I don't care about this. Sound quality. Okay, maybe. Oh, they already hiked the prices up. Okay, well, I guess that's that. But then you go, the max tier will have the expanded catalog content available. Okay, maybe it's just saying in 4 HD. All right, hold on. So that one, all right, we could be straight on that one, but still I got to see how the management working. So this is a hold on that one. We doing this all live. Now that's the final one that's the final one of the articles. Now we got this. I just literally just look, you see me deepfake video. So if you've been on the channel, you've seen and the Expanse reaction, it was like season, I don't remember what season, it was like season 3-ish, I think. Yeah, season 3. And basically, without really like going deep into like spoilers, if you haven't seen it, they were at war, and this all could have been, you know, the war could be avoided with information in this video. So when they give the information to the other side, they're like, it could be fake. And I'm like, bro, it's right there. What are you talking about it? Then it clicked on me like after it clicked on me like 30 seconds after. And I'm like, nah, it could be on some fake stuff. Like, basically, I was cooking something and I was just scrolling through the shorts, and then like anytime like my hand was free, I'll go to the next one or whatever. And so I heard one, it was Jordan Peterson. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? I was like, why would he say this? I was like, this don't sound like him. I look, and then motherfucker had, when I said that in the video, bro, it's like, you shouldn't even be watching his videos. Nigga, get out of my comments. Who are you, bro? Shut up. Anyways, then I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, this guy. Okay, yeah. We gonna talk about it in a second, but like you can kind of see like, okay, yeah, this is not real. But then like you go in the comments, they're like, oh, people actually thought this was real. The only reason I thought it was real is because like I wasn't looking at it. If I looked at it, I probably would have been like, hold on, what? I was like, okay, yes, it's not real. Then I start seeing videos that like, even looking at it, you have to look at it twice for you to be like, that's not real. Now we get to the like, this gonna be the scary situation, because it's like going back to the J.K. Rowling thing. Now it's a thing where you can't even believe video proof. Like, nothing can be proved now. This shit's getting scary. Like, when it comes to like ChatGPT, yeah, go crazy. Midjourney, yeah, go crazy. Like, I need that especially. I'm like, if they didn't give you grades in elementary, I would have failed art. It is what it is. I suck at drawing. I suck at anything, that's visual art. When it comes to like music and and writing and stuff like that, that's different. I mean, my handwriting trash, but like, you know, I'm talking about the story. But like drawing, painting, I am trash. I am terrible. Making thumbnails is like the hardest thing for me. So the fact that you got this Midjourney, okay, that's cool. Like, I mean, it the only effects that these things will really have is like, you know, some people, you know, they're gonna have to, you know, step it up, because, you know, now you got AI. But thing about AI art is there's less creativity with it. You can kind of see like, okay, yeah, I can see like a human mind being behind this. And then with ChatGPT, like, I mean, it's basically an advanced Google search, really. Now I saw they added some new features, like they got like a little AI girlfriend version. What the? All right, people about to be no life in that. But this, a deep fake, this shit's about to be scary. You could be the most innocent person. They drop one of these videos. Oh yeah, we don't like you doing this. We're gonna drop a deep fake, created by AI. Your voice saying some most outlandish thing. You're done. Your career done. Now, we got
not
this.
Morgan Freeman. And what you see is not real.
You can see that. All right, the eyes, the two biggest things, and you'd only really pay attention to this if you know you're an animation or a programmer, or you're like into gaming. The two things to really look for is the eyes and the mouth.
Well, at least in contemporary terms.
So you kind of see the mouth is a little like is not as much detailed as the rest of the face.
It's not. What if I were to tell you that
you can kind of see like the eyes going crazy for a second, and like you can't really see the life in it as much. But you got to think, when was this? A year ago. So this was a year ago, and then they just did the thing. Was it Meta? I don't remember who it was, but they had the girl go on stage and they made like, she said something and they made like 6 different faces. I think they did like a couple celebrities, and then they did like 4 just randomly generated faces. Now granted, that using that specifically, like randomly created faces, using that specifically for like video games, oh yeah, that's clean. But using it on a celebrity's face with their voice, like in junction with their voice, this shit's about to be scary, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, when I was talking about certain situations like this before, I won't really say anything, you know, unless it was asked of me. Listen. Or even if, let's say, I'm trying to think. I don't want to say certain names. All right, let's just say someone did something bad. I'm able to separate the art from the artist, or the art from the individual. But I wouldn't really speak about it unless brought up. It was you know, asked of me, and you know, I actually did certain research on it. But now I'm like, I don't even care, cause if someone wanted to, they could make some shit of me, and I could be saying the most outlandish thing. So I'm like, you know, forget it. You know, it was a slippery slope. Now it's just like, who even cares now? It's just about to be crazy, bruh. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about a few things. You know, normally I just like, you know, throw this in like a random video. Like, for instance, Marvels. Like, next time I've reacted to something Marvel, I would have talked about that. I already talked about the Ada Wong thing. So I just wanted to bring it up and, you know, put it at the beginning of this video. Game of Thrones thing, I would have probably had to wait all the way to House of the Dragon, like until we got like a trailer or a teaser or something. Harry Potter series, I probably would have had to wait for the actual series, and they said like 2025, 2026. Oh yeah, that's tough. Also, if y'all need some, transfer student from Ilvermorny to pull up, you know, J.K. Rowling, I got you. I don't know. I'll pull up. I'll shave, bro. I'll shave. I'll do it. I won't do it for anything. The only things I'll do it for is Miles Morales, Harry Potter, Star Wars that's specifically either written by George Lucas, Dave Filoni, or Jon Favreau, and I'm, some character that I'm like, yeah, that character hard. That calls for me to shave. Or the Warriors. Speaking of the Warriors, when we gonna get information on that series that was supposed to be on Hulu and now it's on Netflix, and I gave y'all a little pass on it because the Russo brothers was dealing with Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. Y'all are done with that now. Let me get that Warriors. I'll work for free. And then HBO Max, I would have just waited till the next show that I like reacted to on HBO. And then AI, I probably would have said in like some random gaming stream in the channel description down below. And then also, I was gonna actually just stream this because I'm planning to start streaming on this channel. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel like setting up my my green screen as well as changing my stream key at the current moment because it's on my gaming channel stream key. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.